Hello, this is Tony Heller from RealClimateScience.com. The great American physicist Richard Feynman said, "Religion is a culture of faith, science is a culture of doubt." But in discussions about climate, no doubt is permitted. This is what a Google News search for global warming turned up this morning. Lee Dixon appears to doubt global warming during Arsenal commentary. The NBC analyst was commenting on Sunday's Premier League match at Old Trafford when he seemed to question the existence of the climate. There's a lot of very interesting messages in this article from The Independent. First is that nobody is allowed to question the global warming religion. Second is that you're being watched all the time, and if you do question it, your job will be at risk. This is a shot over the bow telling Lee Dixon that he's in danger of being canceled because he doubted global warming. And the third message is that there's no escape from the global warming orthodoxy. Sporting events should have nothing to do with politics, but this article is once again sending the message that you can't escape from their religion. Like Orwell wrote in his novel 1984, Big Brother is watching you. Now let's look at the second article from NPR. Heat waves, wildfires, and floods, how climate change affects mental health. Climate change has caused more intense wildfires, heat waves, floods, and hurricanes. None of those claims are true. We're actually having a very quiet summer for fires. At the present time, there are no fires in Arizona, New Mexico, Colorado, or Wyoming. That's pretty remarkable for this time of year. Burn acreage during August was the lowest on record in the United States. We're having an extremely quiet hurricane season with no Atlantic hurricanes through the end of August. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration shows that the number of days over 95 degrees Fahrenheit in the United States peaked during the 1930s and have plummeted since then. As far as floods go, NPR's claims are also untrue. The deadliest floods in world history occurred in the year 1931, which was also a year of record burn acreage in the United States. The second deadliest flood occurred in the year 1887. The third deadliest flood occurred in the year 1938. The fourth deadliest flood occurred in the year 1975, but was due to dam failure. The fifth deadliest flood occurred in the year 1935. The sixth deadliest flood occurred in the year 1530. The seventh deadliest flood occurred in 1971. The eighth deadliest flood occurred in the year 1911, which was also a year of terrible deadly heat waves in the United States and Europe. The ninth deadliest flood occurred in the year 1287, and the 10th deadliest occurred in the year 1212. These claims from NPR are complete nonsense, but the message is that all bad weather is caused by climate change. The psychological warfare being waged by NPR against the public is that their use of low-cost, reliable energy is causing climate devastation around the planet. The next article is also from The Independent. Kim Kardashian says she's realistic about climate change. You have to pick and choose. One of the messages here is that you are responsible for bad weather, and if you continue to use your vehicle, you're going to continue to kill other people around the world with bad weather. Climate alarmists always say that people shouldn't listen to me because I don't have a degree in climate science. But they're perfectly happy to feature any celebrity willing to assist them in their psychological warfare against the public. Next up, the New York Times. Climate change is ravaging the Colorado River. There's a model to avert the worst. What's actually happening to the Colorado River is that humans are extracting huge amounts of water from it. Something like 15% of Colorado River water gets extracted from the western slope of Colorado and is piped through tunnels to the Front Range. Much of this water is used to grow corn for biofuels, which are being grown under the name of preventing climate change. Another 5 to 10% of the water in the Colorado River is lost to evaporation off of the surface of Lake Powell. And then there's another massive draw out of the river in the Central Arizona Project, which brings water to Phoenix and other parts of central and southern Arizona. So once again, the New York Times is blaming climate change for something which is caused by other human activities. There's dozens of articles we could look at in this psychological warfare campaign, but we're just going to look at one more. France 24. Will the summer of 2022 hasten France's efforts to fight climate change? The message once again is that the use of low-cost, reliable energy is causing very bad weather in France. Apparently they don't remember the year 1911 when more than 40,000 people died from the heat in Paris and 100,000 people in China died in floods. The policies of Western governments are causing massive fuel poverty and will likely kill many people. But this psychological warfare campaign is designed to tell people they have no choice and they simply have to accept the misery which their governments are creating. I think the press and politicians may be in for a rude awakening this winter when freezing and starving people start understanding what's going on. This sort of psychological warfare campaign only works on people who are relatively comfortable. Freezing people are not going to be interested in listening to any more global warming propaganda. The global warming religion is not going to remain very attractive for much longer. Toto has been pulling back the curtain on this war against humanity for the past 14 years. You can visit him, Kyrie Caesar, Toki, and Upala on the web at realclimatescience.com.